It's Geneva's #1 station. Freedom FM 106.5.
This Christmas, add postpaid for a festive win-win. We're gifting you a 50-inch smart TV or a $400 Amazon gift card. When you add a Flow postpaid mobile plan to your home internet, you can celebrate the most wonderful time of the year with a big screen or big shopping. Let us upsize your TV or clear your Amazon cart. Either way, you come out on top. Add postpaid to internet today for your festive win-win. Visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply.
This coming Friday, the pub will explode for Sugar Man's 54 in the red corner. Bull Mashup. In the blue corner, Bing Bong. Bing Bong. Watch a thing. Which one sweeter? They're checking so from 10 p.m. until in the building. The Ladies Defender, Triple S, Sweet Sister Sensio, DJ Dangers, Ike, The Real Right, and DJ Terror. After this good vibes, Bull Mashup will take on Bing Bong to find out which one for the road. With the undisputed best, the Honey Band, Grand Masters. So give me one for the road, one more for the road. Admission for this festive party is only $20 by tickets and are available right now at the BCA or the Green Valley Pub. At the gate, you'll pay $30. So, this coming Friday, Pub Mashup Bing Bong versus Bull Mashup. You can't miss this one. Die!
I love our company, Jenkins Funeral Home, because each day for over 65 years, we come to work motivated to give you first-class service. We take care of you and your loved ones during the most difficult period of your life. We remove the stress and worry that comes with losing a loved one. In fact, due to the confidence in our company, we have taken care of heads of state, those in public care, and in families from infants to grandparents, including the prearranged. We have been able to do this due to the acquisition of first world education, knowledge and skills, modern equipment, and facilities. We are available to you 24 hours per day. At Jenkins Funeral Home, we take care of you and your loved ones.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot right out of the oven. 1 medium, 2 topping pizza, and 2 20-ounce Cokes, only $35. Free Coke with your lunch until 2 p.m. Small, 1 topping school child lunch special, only $14. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $69. 2 large, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $92. Oh, and the big one, baby. Free large pizza every Tuesday with your favorite 2 for Tuesday special. So, come on down or call and order now and experience our tasty oven-baked goodness. Domino's, the home of satisfaction.
Hot and wild, call Domino's.
Next Gen Medical Laboratory is a gold standard, fully comprehensive, locally owned medical laboratory here to provide world-class care to you. St. Kitts is a leading medical laboratory. Next Gen offers a wide range of tests including blood, urine, stool, liver, kidney, thyroid, HIV and other sexually transmitted infections, as well as COVID-19 testing. Located on Upper Shaw Avenue in the ICG building in Basse-Terre, Next Gen Medical Laboratory also offers advanced testing capability for food and environmental allergies and autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, celiac disease, and connective tissue disorders. Now, with genomic sequencing capability, your physician will be able to request tests for cancer detection, COVID-19 viral infections, and fetal congenital abnormalities like Down syndrome, to name but a few. Remember to get a referral letter from your doctor before visiting. Next Gen Medical Laboratory, providing quick and reliable turnaround time for your convenience, in a professional, private, and confidential setting.
Established in 1996, Island Purified Water has prided itself by providing purified bottled water in 13-ounce, 21-ounce, 1.5 liters, 5 liters, and 5-gallon sizes. Pick up a bottle or two or a case or two from retailers island-wide on St. Kitts and Nevis. Quench your thirst, refresh your body, and stay hydrated by drinking some water from the best water people today. Call us now at 466-7517, 668-7573, or visit our head office in Newton Ground, or call us on 466-6772 or 662-4653, or visit our outlet located in Westbourne, God.
869 Slots Grill, Gas and Bar, situated in Gingerland, has added more services for a greater experience. From this Friday, September 26th, witness the launch of its slot machines. Here's more. Try their specials this Tuesday. Get a burger for $10, local homemade for $20, and hot dogs for $5. Get your bags of ice too. Open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. just to serve you. Also, join the team as vacancy exists for experienced cashiers. For more information, please call 469-6300. Remember the name, 869 Slots Grill, Gas and Bar.
Fleming Product presents Carnival Warm-Up. Yes, an all-star lineup coming your way in Newton Brown, Main Street on Friday, December 5th, 2025. Featuring Sweet Sister Sensia, DJ Yardi, DJ Dangles, JTS International, and the horny band, the Grand Masters.
Show up, your body, your sexy body.
Admission, $20 before 12 o'clock and $30 thereafter. All roads lead to Newton Ground on Friday, December 5th for the Carnival Warm-Up. This is another Fleming production.
Spread the word to everybody in your neighborhood.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all those listening. First off, happy International Men's Day. If you haven't heard it yet for the day, I hope that this greeting brings you joy, a reminder to appreciate yourself and understand that you are an important part of our lives. So, welcome to another episode of Youth Beat. Today we have some very important guests. But I'm sure you're used to hearing us say we have important guests. My name is Josiah Green, and I am warming Jalen's seat for the night.
My seat is home.
Joined by...
Good night, everyone. I'm Javid Edwards. I'm the co-host for tonight. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all again. Once again, it's always nice to be in this side of the table, hosting again. It's quite an enlightening experience, and I'm excited to be here again. And now, for you who don't know, our guest for tonight is Kanaipa. We have 4 representatives here from Skyniper. So now they will take the opportunity to introduce themselves to the listening audience.
All right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much, Jazara and Javid, for inviting the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, commonly known as Skyniper. I am Jalen Monzak. I'm sitting on this side of the room this evening, and I'm proud to say that I'm the president of this August association that has been around for over 24 years.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naomi Francis, and as Jalen would have indicated, it's good to be on this side of the mic tonight, in Jazara's capable hands. I am the treasurer for the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association. This is my second year in this position, and yes, I think people have seen and heard my name a lot over the last couple of weeks.
Good evening, everyone. My name is this one. Good evening, everyone. Sorry about that. Good evening. I am the one and only PRO, the Public Relations Officer of this esteemed association, Caleb Strong, and it is my pleasure to be here for the first time and to promote Skyniper.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kayleona Robin. I am the new chair of the volunteer committee, and as was shared before, it is really a privilege to be here this evening.
Okay, so first I'd like to welcome Naomi back. We were missing you last week, even though you're on the wrong side of the table tonight. Well, not the wrong side, but a different side tonight. You're holding it down over there. I'll try. But I know we've heard a lot about Skyniper, and if you're in St. Kitts, you've probably heard a lot about Skyniper. But could you please tell us a little bit more about organization, for those who don't know?
Okay, all right. So I'll jump in. Okay, so the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association was founded in 2001, September 13 to be exact, and we are a non-governmental, non-partisan, non-profit organization that is youth-serving and youth-led across St. Kitts and Nevis. So we have membership spanning the ages of 12 to 30, and they're both based both in St. Kitts and Nevis. And as the name sake says, our flagship program is the Parliament Sit-In. So every year, at least once a year, we try to have a mock Parliament Sit-In where we express the opinions of young persons across St. Kitts and Nevis. The Youth Parliament tries or attempts to amplify the voices of young persons, and we've done that through the Parliament sit-ins where we've debated legislation from seatbelt policies, which actually would have been implemented some time back. We've in recent times, we've spoke about marijuana decriminalization. We spoke about changing from how we do our elections to something a bit more inclusive. We spoke about the creative economy, the blue economy, the orange economy, which is the creative economy, and so many topics. Outside of that, we also do a lot of community work as well too. We are, as Kayleona, she's the chair of the volunteer committee. We do outreach in terms of we have adopted persons within the community, and ever so often we would visit them, and we continue to do that. We've distributed love baskets. We've done caroling. We also do caroling, and we are gearing up for some activities that I will allow Kayleona to speak about. As well, we have several counterparts where we interact with regional youth parliaments. We have a sister youth parliament in Antigua and Barbuda. So we have been around for 24 years. We are gearing up for our 25th anniversary in the next couple of months. And we're excited to be here to share what we have down pack. We have a new executive. The executive was elected in September, and a part of this is part of my executive, and the others are listening. And we've been making sure that, one, the young person's voices are being heard, and that they are being represented, as well as that we are within the community, and that persons are seniors within the community. So thank you so much once again for the invitation.
Jalen, I think you're too used to being on this side. If I could ask any more questions, you've already...
I apologize sincerely. I apologize. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to shut up from now on.
You could ask your questions. You could ask your questions.
I have a follow-up question. You did touch on it lightly when you were talking about a lot of your outreach and a lot of your activities that you guys do as an organization, but could you tell us a bit more about what the mission is behind Sniper, like the intention behind its origin, and even now how the mission has evolved over the years? Anybody?
Okay, so Sniper's mission is to promote equality and justice through nation building. That's actually what's written on our crest, if you ever look at our logo. And I think that has been the aim from the start, from the inception. And I don't think the mission has changed, but the mission has evolved in the sense that we look at advocating not just for the youth, but how we can reach out to the youth. So the main aim of Sniper is to promote equality and justice, to advocate on behalf of the young people. And that will continue to be our main mission, our main aim. But part of it is also, how do we have a positive impact in the society that we live, in the community that we live? How do we ensure that our impact is felt and not just seen? How do we mingle and interact with our community as opposed to advocating from the mics and from the TVs and the suits and the ties that everybody associates us with? And I think there's a very human nature, a very down-to-earth part of Sniper that a lot of people tend to overlook, and we do try our best to show it. So as much as Sniper is a name that's known, a lot of times they don't know what it is exactly that we do. And our main mission at the end of the day, over the last 24 years and over the next 24 years, is to advocate for the young people. And young people not just locally, but to see how, like Jalen would have indicated, regionally, how do we bring this advocacy effort to a point where we can, through teamwork, advocate across the region as opposed to just standing on your own. Because when you stand alone, you fall. When you stand with many, you have a lot more chance, you have a better chance of, winning some of those battles. So the mission has always been, Jazara, to advocate for young people, for equality in nation building, for a voice, just to be able to sit here, for young people to say, this is what we want, this is what we don't want, this is what you're doing that we don't like, and this is what you're doing that we like. We think you could do this better, but we also think that you're doing this well. Because it's not just to criticize legislation in the negative, but also look at the positives, because there are things that are done positively, and we tend to look at Parliament sometimes as an opportunity to just look at all the negatives and what is wrong, what would you do different? But I think we also have to stop and take count of where we are at, what we have done well so far, and how do we now change and evolve and bring in new ideas? How do we bring in fresh ideas? How do we bring in the young people's perspective outside of tokenism to ensure that their voices are actually heard and their voices are actually, the impact is actually felt? So that's the mission, and the mission has evolved from just being advocacy to togetherness. How do we get involved in the community? How do we mingle, interact, make you feel like, this Skiniperian's real down to earth. Like, I can just walk up to you and talk to you, and you're not going to skin up your face and watch me like we. So it's more than the suits and the ties. It's a lot more than that.
So, sorry, one more follow-up question, giving you the hard questions first. And how effective do you think you have been in achieving your mission as an organization? And if you want to share, any milestones that could kind of quantify the success, that would be nice.
Okay, go ahead. You could start.
All right. So in terms of the effectiveness, what I would say is that just the fact that we've been around for such a long time. We're one of the longest serving youth organizations, one of the premier youth organizations in St. Kitts and Nevis, and actually, even across, I would say, the region as well, too, if I'm not speaking out of turns. And what I would say, how we've been effective is in terms of carrying on the legacy, in terms of that we have a lot of legacy programs. For example, we have, as I said, the Youth Parliament sit-in. We've done several, like a scholarship and mentorship program, where we've actually, integrated within the community. And 24 years, like, many persons have passed through Skinniper, and they've gone on to impact not just their own spaces, but on a national level. So Skinniper is being felt across various circles, not regionally as well too. So I mean, there's more work to be done, of course, and what we are trying to do, we are trying to pave the way in terms of bringing up the next generation and allowing them to see that, as Naomi said, that Skinniperians or being a part of Skinniper is not just about suits and ties, but it's also about connection. It's also about connecting with the common person, because, Skinniper persons may look at Skinniper and be like, Skinniper is just, as Naomi says, suits and ties. But through our work, and we've been, as I said, doing this for such a long time, and the flame continues. The flame is burning really bright. So I think that's how we have been effective in terms of executing our mission, which is through our longevity, through impacting persons within Skinniper, and they're going out and making their mark.
If I may. For me, I think part of it also you could see tangibly in some of the legislation that we may have affected. So, for example, in 2014, if I am not mistaken, Skinniper would have argued the seatbelt law. A little earlier than that. And in about 2014, it was passed. There are other legislation that we have argued, and we have seen pieces of our ideas, parts of what we would have argued should be being included. As of last year, we would have debated, the legislation for creative economy and a change in the incentives from the perspective for small businesses. 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago at this Arthur Lewis lecture, the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank would have also indicated that Skinniper would have shared their views on the draft legislation on the CBI regulatory authority, some of which, when we read the actual legislation, we see our suggestions, we see what we would have internally debated, what our parliament committee, shout out to Muriel Knight and Cherise Antoine, who would have put together that document with all of our feedback and said, look, this is what we think, and we now see some of those suggestions in those legislation. So I think some of those are the tangible ways that you see what Skinniper's work has done. I mean, it can be a little discouraging for people to say, okay, well, it doesn't happen all the time. But for us, you see that it at least sparks conversations. It at least brings to the forefront that, look, this is an issue. This is something that we should talk about, and seeing it implemented, whether a year later or 3 or 4 years later, it helps in saying, okay, well, we would have at least started this discussion. But I think the biggest impact that you see from organizations like this is from the members, the people who would have been in the association. And I think listening to some of them talk about their development and the opportunities that they would have gotten from just being a part of the group, that is also our biggest impact. How we have impacted the lives of young people who have gone through and are going through the association.
Just to add for my personal, to come off a bit from the legislative to more personal and internal. For me personally, when I joined Skinniper, I was a bit shy, I'm not too outspoken, but after I joined Skinniper, I was more encouraged to do public speaking, be more out there, try to get my view out to persons. So what me and my PR team is doing now in Skyniper, that's switching to internally, we are trying to make Skyniper look more authentic. We're trying to connect more. We do like more TikToks, try to connect with the youth. I'm young myself, but Skyniper maybe seem like our suits and ties, as Jalen would have said, and we don't want only that. We want everyone to see the fun side, to see everything, not just to see suits and ties, but to see the personality in all of us. So, yes, that's it.
Gotcha, and that was well said. And I think it's safe to say from the submissions from all of you that the listening audience have a detailed account of the background and the mission and as well as the impact of Skyniper and the community at large. But I know Jalen mentioned that this is the 25th anniversary for Skyniper this year?
Next year, September.
Oh, but I heard that there's an upcoming fundraiser coming up next week, I think. So if
this week.
So if you could tell us a bit about that and when will it be, where will it be, just give a bit of details so that persons can know.
So I take over at this point. So all of the nons that Jalen would have listed at the start of what Skyniper is are very important for us to note, especially for our listening audience to note. Non-profit, non-partisan, non-governmental organization. All of that to say Skyniper is a standalone association that funds its activities and its events either through its own funds, through fundraisers, or through partnerships and donations and collaborations with businesses. And that is important to note because a lot of people say to us, I don't want to be involved in the government thing. Skyniper is non-governmental. And I think if you don't take anything else away from tonight, that's the one thing we want people to take away from. That we are an NGO, that our goal is not to bring, you tend to hear the politics, but our goal is not to bring the politics to you or the drama. We're just a youth group that have a little interest in those things, but we do a lot of other things. And for us to do those other things, it's sometimes really, really expensive. And the tag price on those events can be a lot. So, in an effort to reduce the weight on our membership in relation to donations and stuff, we have fundraisers that would fund several of our initiatives or parliament sittings unless we are in a partnership. So, just that disclaimer. So, before we jump to this one, we would have had a fundraiser in October in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Sip and Paint, Sip and Support in Pink, raising awareness for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I just wanted to use the opportunity here to thank everybody who would have supported us. We would have gotten really good reviews on the event, and people who attended really enjoyed the event. So we just want to say thank you to the people who would have put their trust in us and tried one of our events for their first time. I'm pretty sure that you had a good time, and that should be your cue that when Skyniper is having an event that, I need to be there. For those of you who were not present, you could check out our social medias. We have a couple reels and some reviews from some content creators locally who could tell you what they thought of the event. So in that stead, we tend to tie our fundraisers to whatever event is happening in that month. So this year we are hosting our second annual Thanksgiving dinner. So we usually do a takeaway dinner, but last year we crowned it our Thanksgiving dinner, and we're doing the same this year. It's being held at the Antioch Baptist Church on Saturday at 6 p.m. Food starts sharing at 6:05. The doors open at 6 and food starts sharing at 6 p.m. at 6:05. The aim of the Thanksgiving dinner is for us to raise funds towards some of our upcoming initiatives. As a youth group, we tend to have a lot of big ideas, and we need the funding to back the big ideas. So Kiliona will tell you a little bit more about our volunteer event that we have coming up. But our Thanksgiving dinner, we do want to say thank you to those who have partnered with us. Special shout out to Coal Pot, to Reggae Beach, to Yanni's One Pot, to Fresh School. We are really grateful for the donations that they would have made to Rock's Bar and Grill. We are really grateful for partners in this initiative, and we are encouraging the listening public to patronize. It's some good food. Like, if we read the menu off for you, it's some really, really good food. So just so you could get a little flavor of what you could get, let me just pull up quickly the menu. So we have posters on all our social media platforms. If you want to get tickets, you could get tickets from any Skinniper member. You could reach out via our social media platforms to indicate if you'd like some tickets. And we are accepting a few walk-ins. So make sure you're in the first couple that we are accepting. So it is again being held at the Antioch Baptist Church downstairs. The theme this year is with a heart of thanksgiving, because we want to, like we said, link our events or fundraisers to something that's meaningful in the community. And we want to come in from encouraging persons to support. We also want to encourage people to be thankful, because we are in a time where life changes so quickly. So many things happen this year to so many of us, and I think at some point we have to just stop and appreciate and say, thank God, be thankful for the fact that we have come this far. We're almost at the end of 2025, and this is just a way of us saying, okay, come be thankful with us with some good food, and socialize.
Emphasis on the good food.
Yes, emphasis on the good food. So the menu goes like this. So you have 3 mains that you pick from: mashed potatoes, seasoned rice or rice and peas. You have a main meat, fish, chicken or mutton. You get all the salads, so roasted vegetables, coleslaw, green salad, macaroni pie, and fritters. You pick between scallop potato and lasagna. You pick between ham and turkey. And then you get a dessert, either a brownie, some spice cake, or some pumpkin bread. And then you get a drink, lemonade or punch. And that is at the low cost of $30 and $35. Guys, is a steal of a deal. I mean, it's a steal of a deal. Chicken is $30, mutton is $35, fish is $35. It's very easy to get a ticket. Just find any Skinniper member. If you don't know a Skinniper member, you could call our cell phone, our Skinniper number, 665-4250, and just indicate that you call in to get a ticket for your Thanksgiving dinner. Give us your name, and when you show up, you'll have a ticket waiting on you. Just walk with your funds. And this is a means of supporting the young people. Where does the money go? That's a big question that we are asked. Where does the money go? If you want to see where the money goes, follow us on Skinniper. I'm doing the PRO's job right now, but if you want to see where the money goes, follow us on Skinniper. And I mean, the event Kiliana will talk about will show you right there and then where it goes. And again, a big thank you to the donors on this event, because it is not cheap and it's not easy to put all of this together. A huge shout out as well to my finance committee and my assistant treasurer, Mr. Jamal Gums. For only $30 and $35, you get ham, you get turkey, you get lasagna, you get scalloped potatoes. I mean, that's a whole Sunday lunch, and is on Saturday, so you could have Sunday lunch twice, or just save it for the next day. But we are encouraging people to come out to patronize. If you are able to get a ticket, please reach out to one of our members, reach out via social media, and if not, and you want to walk in, come early. You may just be lucky enough to get some dinner. That's the 22nd of November. That is on Saturday, so that we don't confuse ourselves with dates. That is on Saturday. This Saturday, only this Saturday, at 6 p.m. The doors open at 6 p.m. Food starts sharing at 6:05. If you come on time, the dinner runs between 6 and 9 o'clock. So if you have bought a ticket, please ensure that you come between that time to ensure that you get food. After 9 o'clock, we can't promise that you'll get the full shebang, but if you come between the 6 and the 9 that's on your ticket, on the poster, you'll get what you asked for.
Okay. Well said. Could you repeat the number one last time for them to contact?
So we could do it at the end? Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, we did at the end, but I know that so far our members have they've gotten tickets, and I know that many members have been, going out and really selling those tickets. So for those persons that are listening, just to echo what Naomi is saying, we're asking for your support. Naomi gave the contact. You can also reach out to us via our various platforms, even if it's as well to, give a donation in any way, shape or form. Feel free to, visit us at the Antioch Baptist Church from 6 p.m. on this Saturday. Come and get something, because the money goes directly to the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and to their development, to our development.
Okay, so with that said, I'm going to move into, I guess, the next event, which I heard you say earlier. Sorry, they're telling me I'm not loud enough. I'm going to move into the next event, which I heard you say earlier, the Parliament sit-in, right? Which you said is one of your major things that you do, one of your staples that you do every year. So could you tell us a little bit more about this upcoming one? How can the public support? What is it? Sorry, because I myself, coming from somebody who hasn't been very well versed on, I guess, anything government-wise, it's a new part of adulting for me. So if you could tell me a little bit more on what a Parliament sit-in is,
That's
and
fine.
what it's about, and all of that.
Okay, so Parliament, and we here Parliament, we are House of Assembly, National Assembly, etc., etc. And what Parliament is designed is to make laws. So, for example, I mentioned the marijuana decriminalization. Before it was illegal, and now it's decriminalized because there was a discussion, a debate that happened via the government and opposition. So Parliament isn't just government, but it incorporates the opinions of the persons who were elected and who serve on government and who serve on opposition. And once that debate has happened, it's passed, and then it's made law. As I told you, Skinaipo, our flagship is Parliament sit-in. And for us, we are about having healthy discourse. So even though you see like what happened in Parliament and the real Parliament, we tend to stick to the facts. And the dramatics are needed. But for us, it's a very healthy debate. And we have our upcoming sit-in next week, Tuesday. And what we'll be speaking about is we will be proposing the introduction of innovative policies surrounding several areas. And we are doing this based off of the backdrop of the Sustainable Island State Agenda, also known as CISA, which we've spoke about, where the country is moving towards sustainability in everything. And for us, we have identified that there are some issues or some challenges. One specifically with financial literacy in schools. We've noticed that the education system, there's a lacking of that in terms of teaching young people, one, for example, how to save, how to manage your budget, how to invest and those kind of things. A lot of young persons, they're not aware of that. And we're saying that if we're moving towards a Sustainable Island State Agenda, this needs to be a part of it. And what we're proposing is the introduction of mandatory financial literacy education. I think I could probably ask the question, has anybody who's gone to high school, have you ever had a class about how to open a bank account, how to save, how to budget? So you see, I know some of us who did economics, and so we would have a bit of it. But what we are suggesting and what we want to do is to introduce that mandatory for everybody within the schools, so that when they go out into the world of work, when they go out into adulthood, they have those skills already. The next thing that we've noticed is there's an issue with brain drain. I don't know if you ever heard about the term brain drain, but that's basically, for the listeners, where you go away for school, let's say as a nurse also, and you don't come back. So St. Kitts and Nevis loses the skill, and every single year we notice, we realize that persons are moving further and further from St. Kitts, and that is impacting our development, and that as well ties back into, if we want to be a sustainable island state, that we have to make sure that we have the right skills and the right persons there to be able to build it up. So what we are suggesting is an incentive to incentivize skilled nationals, persons, so Jazara, when you go away to become a medical doctor, Javid, when you go away to your nice Cambridge, become a lawyer, you come back. Because we I know that, and we probably have a little discussion surrounding it, if possible. But young persons, they feel as if there's no opportunities here. Do we agree? Do we disagree? We are the young persons here. Let me see.
I don't think I should start.
Okay.
I personally feel there's a lot of opportunities, but the people who often say there's not a lot of opportunities, I don't want to say it too rough, but they lack the education. So, meaning the ideas are just not coming, the creativity, the opportunities, they're not just seeing them, so they would want to say that there's none. But if someone goes to school, they could see the different opportunities. They say they go away to become an IT professional, which is my profession, so just putting that out there.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. So if I become an IT professional, I may see something that somebody may not see, an opportunity that somebody may not see if they don't go to school or they don't have the education. So just putting that out there.
If I may piggyback off of what Caleb is saying, I do echo the same sentiments. There are opportunities, but as young people, we have to be open to be involved and want it for yourself. So you can't expect for persons to say, hey, this is happening. Here you go. No, you have to want it for yourself. So you have to go through the necessary procedures to get what you need to get done for your goal to be successful.
Okay, and sorry.
If I just have a slight difference of opinion in the sense that I think it's not that there are not opportunities. There are not opportunities for some people in the fields that they want to study. Because of the type of development or the focus of our economies, it becomes a little difficult when you have somebody who is into, let me think, some aerospace something, and we don't have the capacity, or not even just the capacity, we don't have the need for that skill right now. How do we then cater to this specific need? And then I think we also have to consider the fact that we are small island, small open economies, and we tend to have to work within our resource constraints. So we can't compete sometimes with the job markets out there. As young people, let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of people chase the money. If you're not willing to pay me for my degree, what am I coming back for? That's the mindset that a lot of people have. Where some people have a nation building, it's for my country. And for me, it's how do we create this balance between getting experience in the outer world, but also coming back so that our countries are not suffering while we are out there building the other nations of other people. So as much as I can understand the context of not seeing the opportunities, I think there's a lot more at play, especially in the job market and the labor market, the economy, that we have to look at, that we tend not to. But you see, that's why we have the parliament sitting. So if you tune in, you'll hear all those different perspectives.
Yeah. I think is, sorry to cut you off,
that's
I
fine.
think is well said. I was really trying to bite my tongue because I'm also one where I think there are a lot more factors at play than just they're not seeing the opportunities. So, but not gonna get into that. I'll leave that for your parliament.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious to hear what incentives you can offer where like you said, we can bridge the gap between for my country and
for my pocket.
Pay me for literally what I've worked for.
Right.
Because where it comes to a point where for my country doesn't mean at the detriment of myself.
Yeah, well, one of the looking at the resolution here, and Skinniper would have actually went through this, discussed, and gave ideas for this resolution, which will be discussed and debated on. We're proposing entrepreneurship grants, innovation hubs, and remote work support. So in terms of moving away from the the 8 to 4, and giving, like, allowing persons to work remotely, work from home, hybrid, and those kind of things. So even, like, for example, when Naomi spoke about the aerospace engineering, I mean, even though, you still have to be there, like, for example, I know Antigua is very big on aircraft and pilot training and those kind of things. So for one example I could think of is in terms of, collaborating with Antigua, because we don't have all the resources, and we can't cater to everybody. But what we can do as a government, huh? Give the opposition ideas. But what we could do is, in terms of looking within the region, being a bit more creative, because we all know that we are resource limited. We are limited in resources and what we can do, but we can offer, certain incentives, sweeteners for people to stay. Because for me, I feel as if that person's young people, because I just be around a lot of young persons, especially persons who want to go after school, and their thought process is, I go after school, I don't want to come back. I'm not looking to come back. There's nothing here for me. Because they're just like, okay, the only thing I could do is work in the government. That's all the people think about. So that's part of what the debate would be about, in terms of what opportunities that we can actually provide, real opportunities we could provide for young people. Outside of that, we are also proposing a digital marketplace in terms of bringing those mom and pop, those persons down there selling the souvenirs, the locals, bringing them online rather than just focusing on the tourist season, so they're able to sell year-round, basically. Outside of that, another thing that is big as well is in terms of, we're talking about sustainability. There is every year we're impacted by hurricanes, and as we go, the hurricanes become much more serious and ferocious. So we're proposing disaster resilient building codes. So in terms of allowing, when we are constructing our homes, right now there's the big talk about the climate smart hospital. So along that lines, we are also proposing that it's incorporated across the board if we're talking about sustainability. And finally, we can't talk about sustainability without including the blue economy. The blue economy is basically where, there's the land economy and then there's the ocean economy. So the blue economy is the fishers, the tourist activities, etc. How can we expand that to make our country much more resilient rather than focusing on just tourism and that one thing? So the Youth Parliament sitting will be next week, Tuesday. That's the 25th. The 25th, it will be live streamed. So persons who are listening, you can tune in to hear what the Skinner parents have to say. Also, it will be at 4 p.m., so it's after work. So if you want, you can come and see the youth parliamentarians. Usually we have our parliament sittings in the morning, but we want for as many persons to come to hear what we have to say, because there's a lot of things that we can say surrounding sustainability. So I'm inviting the public, those persons listening, Desara and Javid, I'm inviting you as well too, to come and hear what Skinner has to say, because this impacts you as well too. And just by this conversation, we have thoughts in terms of, one, the opportunities that young people get in St. Kitts and Nevis. So looking forward to seeing you guys.
So, got you. Just a follow-up, and just for clarity, you mentioned that the general public, especially youth, they can come in and sit in physically.
Yes.
And so it's open, as well as it will be live streamed.
Yes, it will be live streamed. And also, I also want to say, like, in terms of actual parliament, you can sit in an actual parliament because it's the people's business.
Correct. So I just want to take this opportunity to encourage the listeners, especially the young people out there. You have two modes where you can listen in and engage with the parliament sitting that Skinner is having. You can come in and sit in physically. It will be at government headquarters, correct, at the parliament there. Or you can engage with them on their social media. It will be live stream. So you really don't have any excuse, and it's gonna be about decisions and policies affecting us. So we have it's topics of relevance, and I think that it's something that will be very enlightening for us young people as well.
And if I could just chime in, if you're looking for a bit of comedy and drama, we do offer that as well. So I know you're coming after work or whatever, and you might be a little tired, ready to turn on the TV and watch a little sitcoms here and there. But instead of doing that, you could just chime into our parliamentary debate.
Got you. And just to switch the focus or the topic, I heard there is a soup kitchen initiative coming up. So if you could tell us a bit about that, maybe explain the purpose of the initiative, as well as share how this initiative will help or impact the community.
Okay, so that is being pushed forward by the volunteer committee. I am someone who is a stickler for community outreach. I love being engaged with the people. As chair for the new Skinniper year, I thought it best for us to, as Naomi said, we have our fundraiser where come and give thanks with us, and after you give thanks with us, we will give back to you with a soup kitchen. So my vision for the soup kitchen was that I saw the need for us as youth to be engaged with persons not like us. Well, we are trying to reach persons that are not well off. We are open to getting engaged with the children home and the garden home, where they as well will be affected by our soup kitchen. It will be stationed in the square, and we'll be walking through Newtown and McKnight, giving out soup to mostly persons that need help wherever possible, and also to the general public. Also, along with that, we are partnering with the Ministry of Health to get a health screening as well. So come, drink your soup, and check up. Get yourself in check, see what's going on with your body. That's on the 29th of November.
Okay, wow. So you have a busy week. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, should I let men's go first? No, women first. So men's naturally, yeah. Sorry. It sounds like you have a busy week coming up. Yes. The 29th?
The 29th.
That's what day?
It's on a Saturday. Okay, it is from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Can I ask what kind of soup? I know you guys had an extensive menu.
So
different kinds, or
our soup menu is chicken soup, fish soup, and bullfoot. Yes.
And how can the public support? In terms of support that you want from the public and for people who are just listening in?
If it touches your heart to give us a donation in any way, form possible, we are open to taking donations. You can reach out to us with our number.
You could email.
Yes, you can email us at skinniper@yahoo.com, and we will get in touch with you wherever we see fit. It is a free event, by the way. Yes.
Okay, good.
Also, part of it is we want to also engage with the community, as Kiliana would have said. So if you see us, feel free to stop by, say hello, say hi, talk to us, tell us what you thought about our parliament sitting, tell us what you think about the soup, tell us what you think about Skinniper. We're always willing to take the feedback and hear what people want to see, what they want to hear. And most people would usually hear us say we're doing a community walkthrough, where we do bags with items for the elderly persons. But as Kiliana would have said, we're going a different direction. So feel free to engage with us, ask questions, tell us what you think. We're always willing to discuss, no matter what the topic is. That's our role, that's our mission, to be able to engage with the community on varying levels on different topics that are of interest to them, because things that may be of interest to us may differ from what you may be interested in. So feel free to stop by and say hi, say hello, and just in general, feel free to always partner and donate to Skinniper. Yes, we are always open to partnerships and to donations, and we don't want to just say donations as in we just want, because we do give back. The donations are geared towards something specific. If you have activity that you want us to help with, feel free to reach out to us. We would have done a partnership with Special Olympics last week, so we're not limited to just the Parliament stuff. But if you have initiative that you think would be good at or would bring some use to helping in that area, feel free to reach out to us with any partnerships, any initiatives that you may be interested in. If you want to just know a little bit more about Skinniper, you could send us an email at skinniper@yahoo or skinniper@gmail. But get in touch with us in any way, and we can see where we go from there, because you never know what a small spark could do.
So as we're wrapping up, just as you said, if even after tonight or even after the activities that you have slated for this upcoming week, if persons listening want to, keep up with or engage with Skinniper in the future, how can they connect with Skinniper? Maybe over the social media platforms, email numbers, all the contact information. You could just plug it here.
Okay, so email wise, you could reach Skinniper at skinniper@yahoo.com or skinniper@gmail.com. We are on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, everything. We are at Skinniper, SKNYPA, and our number is 665-4250. So any questions about the Thanksgiving dinner, the debates that we have, or any donations, please, we would accept it. And we also have a WhatsApp channel that we just launched, so please feel free to just join, see what Skinniper is doing, and we'll be sharing many updates in there as well. Yes, thank you.
Any final words?
Okay. My final word is make sure you support our Thanksgiving dinner, because you will be pleased. Mm-hmm. Make sure you tune in and listen to your youth of this federation as we share our views on important topics, and come out and have a bowl of soup on the 29th. So the Thanksgiving is on the 22nd, so come and get fed. The debate is on the 25th, and the soup kitchen is on the 29th.
Okay. So just to recap one last time, on Saturday we have the Thanksgiving dinner, but only $30 or $35 you can get yourself a Sunday lunch on the Saturday, right?
Plus ham and turkey.
Plus ham and turkey in advance for Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you get a little taste. On Tuesday we have the Parliament sit-in, and on Saturday we have the soup kitchen.
Skinniper Shares. So we have a really nice name, Skinniper Shares.
The name for the event is Skinniper Shares.
Skinniper Shares.
Yes.
See, that's the first time I'm hearing it today. And I might have instantly been like... But besides the point, I mean, I think we have a lot to look forward to. And as always, I think this discussion has showed us once again that Skinniper isn't just, like you say, suits and ties.
Suits and ties.
Suits and
ties
ties
and dresses, yeah.
It is, and dresses, I love the inclusion. It is, first and foremost, an organization that chooses to voice, not chooses, that aims to voice the concerns of the common people and the youth. Yes?
Yes.
Can we close on that note?
I think so.
Okay. So I'm just making sure I covered everything that we needed to, and that I won't have to, Skinniper won't have to run me down after and tell me I misrepresented them. No? Or it's not that serious?
It's not that serious. No, it's not that serious.
We don't have a lawyer that will come after you. We have lawyers. As yet, we have one. We have one in the making.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just wanted to say, before you wrap up, thank you to Youth Beat for bringing Skinniper on. And all of these activities that we're doing, we're being very intentional with it. One, we want to hear from the young people. We want to interact with the young people. We want to interact with the wider community as well too. So we're putting on these activities so that we can integrate within the society. So I'm asking those persons who are listening, as we've been saying, if you see us in the green shirt, feel free to speak to us. Feel free to tell us. We want to hear how you feel, especially young people as well too, because Skinniper, we interact with a lot of stakeholders, and as Naomi said, we have made changes, but we need everybody. So it's not just the members in Skinniper, but it's all of the young persons. So speak to us, talk to us, etc. And the final thing is that as we are gearing up for our 25th anniversary, so I know that at some point in time we are going to come back to speak about what we're doing here. But this is just a taste, a piece of what we have lined up for the 25th anniversary. So because imagine we're doing this. Imagine the 25th anniversary.
The donors.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the donors, corporate St. Kitts and Nevis, those people who have, we're coming for you. Come for us. So when we come, just open your door, open your hands, and bring the money. Money, come here now. Thank you.
And just to plug to the listening audience, is your reminder that donations do not have to be financial, even though those are nice. Those are nice and
Those are
always
nice,
welcome.
yeah.
But you can donate your time, you can donate resources, you can donate
Correct.
other things. And
If you want to help us with an event.
And in the spirit of innovation, let's try to get creative. If you can't afford a financial donation, let's try to get creative and innovative in finding sustainable solutions and sustainable methods. Yeah?
Love that.
Okay, so thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Youth Beat. We've been honored to have you guys tonight, and we look forward to the upcoming events. To the listening audience, drive safe. To the men, happy International Men's
Happy
Day.
International Men's
I hope
Day.
you guys
Yes,
get some
happy
good
International
sleep
Men's
tonight.
Day.
I find that a lot of men don't get good sleep. I don't know why.
That's an
You guys
that's
are
an off the air
stressed, but that's
conversation.
an off the air. Get some good sleep tonight, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Jazara, tickets.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year. With Republic Bank, the finest loans we have to spread the Christmas cheer. With Republic Bank, we can make your dreams come true. Like magic, it will appear. With Republic Bank, make this Christmas happen. With Republic Bank this year. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.